1919 was the year the world tried to recover from the devastation of World War I. It was a time of peace negotiations, revolutions, emerging nations, and uncertain futures. Let's break down this pivotal year, month by month, and explore how 1919 shaped the modern world. January 1919. The Paris Peace Conference. Begins the world leaders gathered in Paris to decide the future of the post-war world. 27 nations attended. The Central Powers, including Germany and Austria, were excluded. Key figures included Woodrow Wilson, USA, Georges Clemenceau, France, David Lloyd George, UK, Vittorio Orlando, Italy. Wilson pushed for his 14 points, while Clemenceau demanded harsh punishment for Germany. February 1919, rising tensions in Europe. While peace talks continued, unrest and revolutions spread across Europe. In Germany, the Weimar Republic was fragile, facing violence from both the far left and far right. In Russia, the civil war raged between the Bolsheviks and their opponents. Many feared communism would spread westward. March 1919, the Comintern is born. In Moscow, Lenin founded the Communist International, Comintern, to promote global revolution. This alarmed Western powers and marked the beginning of a global ideological conflict. Meanwhile, the Spanish flu pandemic still lingered, claiming thousands more lives. April 1919. Race riots and global unrest. In the US, racial tensions erupted into violence. The Red Summer began, a wave of race riots and lynchings across American cities. Internationally, colonial resistance intensified. In India, protests against British rule grew stronger following the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. May 1919, Germany receives treaty terms. Germany was finally presented with the terms of the Treaty of Versailles. The demands were severe. Germany had to accept full war guilt, pay massive reparations, lose territory and colonies, reduce its military. German leaders were shocked and outraged, calling the treaty a diktat, an imposed peace. June 1919, Treaty of Versailles. Signed on June 28, 1919. Exactly 5 years after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Treaty of Versailles was signed. Germany accepted the terms under protest. This officially ended World War I, but it also planted the seeds of World War II. July 1919. Demobilization and disillusionment. Soldiers returned home to find economies in ruins and few jobs available. Many veterans suffered from shell shock, now known as PTSD. Public frustration grew across Europe, and the US, support for Wilson's League of Nations began to decline. August 1919, civil wars and new borders. The breakup of empires led to new countries and new tensions. In Eastern Europe, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, and Yugoslavia were emerging, often through conflict. The Russian Civil War escalated, with foreign powers like Britain and France intervening. Borders were shifting, but peace remained fragile. September 1919. Wilson's health collapses. President Woodrow Wilson began a nationwide tour to promote the League of Nations. But during the tour, he suffered a stroke and became largely incapacitated. His absence further weakened US support for the treaty and the League. October 1919. Prohibition begins in the US. The US passed the Volstead Act, enforcing prohibition, the ban on alcohol. This would lead to a rise in organized crime and cultural rebellion throughout the 1920s. Meanwhile, political instability continued to grow in Germany and Italy. November 1919, Senate rejects the treaty. The US Senate rejected the Treaty of Versailles and refused to join the League of Nations. This significantly weakened the new international order. Many Americans preferred isolation, avoiding foreign entanglements. December 1919, a divided peace. By year's end, the war was over. But the peace felt uneven and uncertain. Millions were dead, empires had fallen. But new conflicts, economic crises, and ideological battles were just beginning. Key figures involved: Woodrow Wilson, US President and League of Nations advocate; Georges Clemenceau, French Prime Minister and harsh critic of Germany; David Lloyd George, British Prime Minister and mediator; Vladimir Lenin, leader of Soviet Russia and founder of the Comintern; Kaiser Wilhelm II, abdicated in 1918 and exiled in 1919. 1919 was not just a year of peace, it was a year of tension, transformation, and new beginnings. Treaties were signed, nations were born, but the peace was fragile, and its consequences echoed for decades. Like, share, and subscribe to explore the moments that shaped our world. Comment below. Do you think the Treaty of Versailles helped prevent war, or helped cause the next one?